Now, those are some theme songs. Welcome to Forgotten TV, a new podcast that will be brought to you hopefully every week. You'll find us on the Forgotten TV Facebook page, as well as your favorite podcast aggregator or app. And my name is Chris Cooling. I'm found at DVD Chris on Twitter. Just to tell you a little bit about our upcoming show, I would call this episode 0, just to give you a little bit of a background of what we might cover here on Forgotten TV. I'll be joined by some friends on future shows. Grew up in the 1970s and 80s, watching originally a black and white, probably a 19-inch black and white Admiral TV. I remember watching a lot of Channel 39 in Houston, Texas, KPRC TV. And we would watch such great shows like Space 1999 or Star Trek or reruns of The Twilight Zone or Get Smart. So this is long before internet or really the mass coverage of media that was done sort of later 80s and continues, of course, to an extreme today with internet. But back in the day, you couldn't just pull up information. You had to watch a show like Entertainment Tonight or read the insert in the newspaper to find out what was going on, or read a magazine, find out what was happening with new movies and TV shows. Or you could read the articles in TV Guide and so forth. So some of us used to do things like write our own episode guides of classic TV shows. I remember watching Greatest American Hero and Wonder Woman and Battlestar Galactica and writing down the episode names so I could keep track of how many episodes there were and what they were about. And it sort of blows my mind. You can just pull all that stuff up just instantly now. Doesn't matter what the show, what the topic, you can pull up just about everything about it. But TV used to have some great theme songs, didn't it? They don't do that a lot anymore. There are a couple of holdouts. Recent shows like Mad Men and I guess Law and Order still have some great instrumental themes. But a TV theme song, often accompanied by lyrics, used to be something that was commonly done and explained the show to people who maybe a new viewer just that week can remember some of the great like police detective shows like Hill Street Blues and Cagney and Lacey had great instrumental themes. Mike Post and Pete Carpenter used to write great TV theme songs, like for Greatest American Hero or The Rockford Files, The A-Team. Some shows had 60, 75, 90-second theme songs to open up a 1-hour show, and that's simply not done today for commercial time, if for no other reason. But I remember a show called Angie with Donna Pescow had an incredible 90-second theme song that just introduced all the characters every week and explained what the show was. Upcoming topics that we can discuss on Forgotten TV, outside of specific TV shows that obviously we'll be talking about. Remembering the greatest or the great voiceover actors for TV. Remember the announcers for ABC and other networks. Such announcers like Ernie Anderson, who used to be the great voice of ABC with This Is the Sunday Night Movie.
Tonight. Excuse me. Easy, miss. I've got you.
You've got me? Who's got you?
It's the Man of Steel in action. America's greatest superhero.
Hang on, kid.
Marlon Brando, Gene Hackman, Valerie Perrine, Margot Kidder, and Christopher Reeve as Superman.
Danny Dark, who provided the voiceover for Superman, for the Super Friends in the 70s, and did a lot of TV announcing work.
He's got X-ray vision.
I feel like a peeping Tom.
And it's driving him crazy.
Is this a come on or what?
They can't resist the powers of Matthew Starr Friday.
I'd like to talk about some of Gene Roddenberry's forgotten TV movies of the 70s and 80s. I mean, a lot of people remember he worked on The Lieutenant in the 60s and a couple of other shows outside of Star Trek, but I'm recalling shows like Genesis 2 and Planet Earth, which were attempts to launch another sci-fi TV series, a show called The Questor Tapes, and another show called Spectre. So we'll talk about what all those were about. Remember the great fall TV network campaigns that networks used to do in the fall? Especially, I remember NBC and ABC used to put on some really great campaigns.
Coming on strong, come on along to the place where you belong. Come on along with ABC. We're reaching out, it's you and me. Come on along with ABC. Come on along with ABC. We're reaching out, it's you and me. Come on along with ABC.
We can talk about the interstitials that they used to run in the afternoons and on Saturday morning, such as In the News.
In the news, what went up may begin to come down. When oil prices shot sky high, there was economic panic in many countries. Now some people are afraid oil prices may come down. We'll be back with oil prices in the news.
And Schoolhouse Rock.
As your body grows bigger,
Your mind must flower.
it's great to learn.
Because knowledge is power.
It's Schoolhouse Rockin', the chip on the block on your favorite Schoolhouse Rock.
There was a lot of weird stuff on Saturday mornings. I'm remembering a bunch of Sid and Marty Krofft shows that were, and typically it was from them or Ruby Spears Productions, stuff like Bigfoot and Wild Boy.
Out of the great Northwest comes the legendary Bigfoot, who 8 years ago saved a young child lost in the vast wilderness and raised that child until he grew up to be Wild Boy.
Electra Woman and Dyna Girl, The Krofft Super Show, Arc 2, and really far out stuff like Lidsville and H.R. Puffin stuff and Wonderbug. We'll be talking about all of that. And there were some forgotten TV shows based on movies. I mean, for every MASH or Highlander the series, there was Logan's Run or Planet of the Apes, Starman, or War of the Worlds. We'll be talking about all of those. There was some great time travel shows in the 70s and 80s, and slightly before. Shows like Voyagers, The Time Tunnel, TV movie called Time Express. We'll be talking about how The Fugitive was a prototype for tons of shows, everything from Lucan to Starman, Incredible Hulk. Lots of shows had the fugitive element added to it. Some of the animated TV versions of live-action shows, such as The Addams Family or Alf, The Brady Bunch, Lassie, Mork and Mindy, Star Trek, and The Partridge Family, all had animated versions of the live-action counterparts. We can talk about the ABC after-school specials, the rise of syndicated TV in the 1980s. You know, for every Star Trek The Next Generation or successful franchise like Highlander the series, there was Superboy or War of the Worlds or Dracula the series, and some things that a lot of people don't remember. I'm recalling a lot of the TV superheroes of the 70s and 80s. A lot of people remember The Greatest American Hero, but what about My Secret Identity or Misfits of Science, The Man from Atlantis? the TV version of Spider-Man, or the Shazam and Isis Hour. We'll be talking about what that's all about. And looking at some of the TV guides and looking at the schedules of specific years. Some of TV's more outrageous vehicles, like the sci-fi RV on Arc 2, or the tricked out semi on the Highwayman, or the Street Hawk motorcycle, or the Lamborghini that Automan used to drive, what we used to call the cursor car. So there's a lot of topics that we can discuss outside of specific TV titles, and hope to be bringing you some of those topics in the near future. So you can find me online on Twitter at DVD Chris, on our Forgotten TV Facebook page. I'm also a co-host of the Walnut Grove Cast, another podcast where we discuss the Little House on the Prairie TV series, and occasionally I'm a guest on VHS Rewind. So tune in next time, and I hope to see you soon.